Hello, just before we get started, I'm going to out myself and say I'm a dirty, rotten thief. What am I talking about? Let me show you. I'm on Need for Speed World Spark server. Going to play a Team Escape in a minute here. Home for the Holidays Reverse. That's what it stands for. Team Escape. Anyway, this SV logo for the Diablo SV is not available on the server, at least not as a preset design. I actually bought this car on the World Underground server, used Vinyl Manager, because there's a preset with this, used Vinyl Manager, saved it, then took it over to this server to use it. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I'm just not sorry at all. I don't care. Anyway, I love this car. It gives me good feelings, and just look at it. So, that was just a random diversion. Let's straight jump. Let's straight jump into this. Home for the Holidays Reverse event. What I'm confused by is we are starting at a point that I swear is not where Home for the Holidays, the regular race, ends. So I don't know why this is called that. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, or maybe it just starts a little bit different. But here we go. So it's a 40-something thousand... Whoop, here he goes. 40-something thousand foot Team Escape, so it should be a little bit longer than my last one. And I'm using a car that I already alluded to. It just feelings. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3? Or Need for Speed... Wait, no, that's not the title. It's Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. There we go. Old, very pixely racing game, Need for Speed game. That is the first game I ever have any memory of playing ever whatsoever, and I think I was about 5 or 6. And I remember playing that with my brother. Him and I would do a little split screen on the computer, and we didn't even understand how save files worked properly with saving and loading and other things when it came to tournaments, so we thought you had to do it all in one go, and it's just little memories attached to it. So anytime a game has this car, I always throw on it a nice, gorgeous yellow, try to make the spoiler black if said game allows, and get that SV logo on there, which is surprisingly difficult across a lot of games. I've played Forza Horizon 4, and it was a hassle getting a hold of that SV logo and getting it placed right. That is the only example I can actually think of right now. I think there's been a couple Need for Speed games, World included, that never officially included the SV logo, and I just think it's mandatory for its look. Do you care? Do you have an opinion? Tell me, or don't, because I'm not your dad. I'm not in charge. But I've always been very partial to it, and on top of that, even more partial to requiring the spoiler to be black regardless of the body color. It's contrast, it looks good, and in a nice yellow like this car just pops and stands out, and it's visually just very loud and in your face, and that's what I think it should be. So, anyway, it looks good in red too. I do like the red with all the black contrast, spoiler and the SV logo and everything, so I've always liked that a whole great deal. What else? I don't know. I'm starting to run out of Team Escapes. I think there might be more to unlock coming up in the future, but I'm sort of leveling up at a snail's pace because I found I don't actually end up doing standard normal races on this server very often, and that's the only way to get reputation as I run over a spike strip and blow out 2 of my tires. Let's get that fixed. Keep going, dodge all these excessive rhinos. I am slightly curious at this server's just obsession with throwing tons and tons of rhinos at you every single Team Escape. It's a little old. I get roadblocks, I get rhinos coming at you, but it's just so many. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe that's just a perception issue on my part, but I feel like this server just has this strange fixation on constantly tossing rhinos at you. And this isn't going to seem very truthful right now because there are a few cars following me, but I feel like in comparison, again, to standard Team Escapes and other servers, I feel like it's hardly any cars actually chasing you. It's just more a case of constantly being slammed by rhinos and some roadblocks, and that's it. Oftentimes you look behind you and no one's following you. It's kind of a little bit strange. I guess it's just different. It's not better or worse, but for as many Team Escapes as I've done and been doing, both recorded and on my off time, I'm not so sure I'm as happy with the idea, but it's a little quirk. It's not important. I shouldn't complain. Can I not be sideways and floating and in the ground all at the same time? I have a really good habit of failing events very, very close to the finish line, and we are only about 7,000 feet away, so I'm not really in the mood for that. Alright, let's try to get through here. This is actually looking a lot more like Home for the holidays, the race. No! Let me go! Get out of the way, 300th rhino that has been in this one event. Police. Huh, police. Sounds like police. That's funny. No, it's not. Alright. If this last few thousand feet could not be absolute agonizing torture, that would be wonderful. I will randomly throw this in just before we finish. I love the engine noise of the Diablo. Even in games where they don't focus on the engine noises too much, they always give the Lamborghini Diablo its at least somewhat an accurate rendering of its engine, and it's deep and sort of raspy and throaty in a not muscle car way, because those adjectives I think would usually go with, I don't know, muscle cars. I'm just kind of making all that up. Anyway, we're done. Yeah, bye.